when I was commanding a warship, and that warship was actually deployed in post-tsunami relief operations in Andaman Nicobar Islands. So you know tsunami, what damage and havoc it created. It changed the topography of the entire Andaman Nicobar Islands. The
Right.
water actually went inside 2 kilometers. So where the ships navigate using charts, and charts have got depth.
Right.
Depth sounding lines are there. Now, if the sounding lines have changed, got disrupted, and nobody's done a fresh survey, then it becomes very dangerous for you to navigate.
Right.
I was given a tasking to go inside and provide relief material to a population in Karnik Island. And Karnik, as you know, was a big Air Force base, and it was devastated. 250 people died. So my ship was taking 180 tons of provisions to be given to those people there as to for their relief operations. And we were sailing, and suddenly at night, my my two engines, my rudder, my officer of the watch said, "Ki sir, one rudder has got stuck to 35 degrees angle."
God.
And I knew the reason for it because there is something called as the lubrication oil, which was very short supply in my ship, and I had given it to whatever extra I had, I'd given to other commanding officer. So I knew that there is no way out. Now, in this situation, what do you do? I am just about 60 nautical miles, and I have to cover another 80 nautical miles to reach Karnik from Port Blair. I'm in such a place that nobody can come and help me,
Wow.
and my ship is going in circles. Now, it is not only a joke because it never happens in a warship that we land up with such problem.
And
That
this
a
is a
ship is going in
warship.
circles.
This
It's
is
a
a
warship.
warship.
Trained people warship. Now
Wow.
warship is moving in circles. This is after I've already gone to Karnik 2 3 times. So there was the president was coming there along with the service chiefs and the top hierarchy of MOD to inaugurate a tsunami memorial there in Karnik. So now, and when the president goes there, his entourage was actually sailing on board my ship. So 150 men guard with weapons on board my ship. Now imagine the president is supposed to land there at 10 o'clock, and 10:30 the ceremony is supposed to start. I'm supposed to actually enter the harbor at around 6:37, and it takes about 2 hours for people to go there and then wear their uniform and be in parade. Now this is a big embarrassment. I don't know what to do. It was at 11:30 at night, and I still had a lot of distance to cover, and the ship is moving in circles. Now I knew there is no tugboat available in Port Blair. So if I have to be rescued from this situation, something has to come from Visakhapatnam, which is 3.5 days away. But my problem is that I have to reach that place in 7 hours. This is, see, for a normal person, I mean, it's not life and death situation. But imagine the embarrassment which will be seen by the Indian Navy. Ki you could not sail a ship. The president, who's the commander in chief for the armed force of India, is coming, and you couldn't even send people there. So that was a big embarrassment. Not only that, my job was of course at stake. But more than that, is embarrassment at stake. President has never been denied this kind of protocols. They're all protocols which have to be done. Ceremonial protocols have to be done. So now what do you do? So then, obviously, I came to the bridge, and those days I used to smoke. Now I quit. So one after the other was chain smoking ideas trying to come to my mind, and all the officers coming, the 5 6 young officers were with me, and then they looked at me because commanding officer like God in a ship, in a warship, and in crisis everyone looks up to him for advice. What advice do I give? Because it's my own stupidness, my foolishness. I have given the oil here and there. Now I don't know. I know for sure that nobody can provide me succor in this particular case. I knew my job is gone. Forget about this. But I want to say how I can enjoy, how I can avoid the embarrassment. So that was something which happened, and then then I started cracking jokes and all. Because kuch to karna hai na. Something you can't. Your fear should not, because fear is very contagious, and fear and anxiety are very contagious, and it will just flow onto the people, and people tend to give up then. So then you have to have that, like my condition was exactly like वो जो duck होता है ना, a swan. पैर में ना under he's floating, and he seems to be so what do you call shant and in meditative condition, but he's fluttering his webbed legs. That was my condition. The mind was fluttering. I didn't know what to do. So I started giving some crazy ideas. So we had to make the oil of a specific density and viscosity. So I told my engineering officer, get something, get paint remover, get this other lubricating oil, mix everything together and start doing something. He says, "Sir, if it was so easy,
We would
then we
have
could
done.
actually, why are we importing from Poland? That
Right.
oil used to come from Poland."
Right.
So anyway, then, Abhi, now this is one time when you feel your leadership qualities have to come to the fore, because of you everybody will get stuck, and you are the only person who can give a solution. But because I was in command for 8 9 months, so there were events in which I had taken the leadership position and walked the talk. So the men officers and the men of my ship had a lot of faith on me, and they were sure that this old man will get. See, commanding officer is called old man. I was very young. I was just about 38 or 39, but
You're still very young.
thank you. So that time, of course, so they were looking at this old man. He'll come out with some, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, magic wand or something, and so it actually happened because I was talking to one officer. I said, then that young officer told me, sir, from the bridge to the aft sailing position, there are pipelines going with the oil, and maybe there must be some remnants of oil in these two pipes. So why can't we, utilize that? So that was a good idea. So all this happened, we are joking and talking to each other and trying to draw some ideas. I was fixated, कि मेरे को idea चाहिए. अब मेरे दिमाग में तो आ नहीं रहा था. So I was trying to. Young officer will come up with a lot of ideas, no? Foolish also, stupid also, doesn't matter. And my officers knew that with this man, even if you tell something stupid, he won't say anything. So that is an encouragement. So this is what I did. So my contribution was this much only. I accepted everybody's views and all.
You got ideas and you
then so
encouraged
that is
ideas.
one of the ideations, type of things you do. And then we did that. And uske baad the other problem came, how do you remove the jubilee clips on the sides? How do you suck out the oil? So then another officer came up with an idea that we should use vacuum cleaner pump to suck out the idea. So in Three Idiots they use the vacuum cleaner.
Right.
Vacuum. So
मूवी से कुछ तो सीखा है हम
नहीं,
लोगों
ये
ने.
तो बाद में बनी, ये तो पहले हो गया था.
पहले हो गया था.
So then we did it, and then we were able to get about 2.5 liters. We put it inside, and the ship was all right.
No way. So you literally took vacuum cleaners
We
and
took,
you
yes, to suck out the
sucked
oil from both the sides of the ship. Starboard side means right side, left side and port side. We did that. Right side starboard and left side port side. We did that, and we filled about 2.5 to 3 liters. And I think 1.5 liter was required, so we put it, and then we were able to enter the harbor. And I reached at around 7:38, disembarked the people, and the ceremony was done.